Just as a disclaimer, we want you to know that some of the movies that we will be reviewing were shot in a different time and era where people of race and sex were not treated equally. We understand this and hope you do too. The movies or anything that happened on the sets are not the views of this podcast or what this show is intended to be all about.
Exactly. And we want to give due diligence in presenting the movie and not the views of the cast or directors or anyone involved. But we also feel it's necessary to let the audience know some of the background information to get a feel for what was happening at the time of shooting the film. Again, we hope you understand that we do not agree with everything that went on, and we just want to give out the information. And with that being said, hope you enjoy the show.
I'm an advertising man, not a red herring. I've got a job, a secretary, a mother, 2 ex-wives, and several bartenders dependent upon me. And I don't intend to disappoint them all by getting myself slightly killed.
You can't fight it, Carrie. Someone's out to get you, by violence, or by abduction. They'll even frame you for murder. So run for your life. Search for a man who doesn't exist. A secret nobody knows. And start a love affair in an upper berth.
Hello there.
Tell me, why are you so good to me?
Shall I climb up and tell you why?
A train may be an old-fashioned way to make a getaway. But who wants to get away from an exquisite, inquisitive blonde?
How do I know you aren't a murderer?
You don't.
Eva Marie Saint seems to enjoy Carrie's romantic performance. But her companion, James Mason, has other ideas. Ask him, Carrie.
Apparently, the only performance that'll satisfy you is when I play dead.
In your very next role, you'll be quite convincing, I assure you.
One surprise after another. Adventurous Carrie romanced by the kind of blonde that gets into a man's blood, even if she has to shoot her way in.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Tragedy of Cinema podcast. I'm your host, Jimbo, and I'm joined by
Squeaky Terence.
And the non-squeaky Kyle.
I was going to say thing 1 and thing 2, but today we'll be discussing the great movie North by Northwest, which is episode 63 for us, and it's also number 40 in the top 100 movies of all time, and it's from 1959. But first, Terence.
Yes.
The question of the day is, who is on Mount Rushmore?
Why you put me on blast like that? I've seen Mount Rushmore once in this movie and another time in Richie Rich. And then maybe some other movies. I know Lincoln's there, Washington's there, Jefferson's there, and then Theodore Roosevelt.
We just have a lifeline from Kyle. So, Kyle, your question is...
on Mount Rushmore. Yes, I know this.
Who is not on Mount Rushmore? All the other
Everybody.
presidents.
Literally everyone except those 4.
No, I said all the other presidents.
All the other presidents.
So, here we go. This is a great Alfred Hitchcock film. I had never seen it before, and it is a great movie. So, Terence, let's go ahead and take it away.
All right, North by Northwest came out December 18th, 1959. This hour is 2 hours and 16 minutes, so it's a bit long.
This hour is 2 hours and 16 minutes.
This runtime, the runtime of this movie is 2 hours and 16 minutes. And this movie's not rated, but there is a little innuendo. There's a bit of of suggested things happening in a couple scenes. Other than that, I think it's
If it were
probably
rated today, it'd be like a soft PG-13, maybe?
PG-13, yeah. Really
Very soft
PG-13.
PG-13, yeah.
Yeah. The budget for this was $3.1 million. This is estimated. In the box office, it made $13.2 million, and then internationally, it made $94.7 thousand. So worldwide, it made $33.3 thousand or million. Sorry, $13.3 million. There we go. If we're looking at the box office of 1959, because the months don't go that far back, but we do have at least the year. At number 1, we're looking at Ben-Hur. Number 2, The Shaggy Dog. Number 3, Some Like It Hot, a movie we have covered. Number 4, Operation Petticoat. Number 5, Pillow Talk. And then I put number 6 and 7 because at number 7 is North by Northwest, and at number 6 is Imitation of Life.
A lot of good movies right there.
And this was directed by, obviously, Alfred Hitchcock. This was written by Ernest Lehman. And quick, interesting aside for those two. They were actually supposed to work on a whole nother movie, but they came up with the idea of this movie while just collaborating with each other, and they decided to just do this movie instead without telling anyone. And the studio came in and they're like, well, I mean, we like what you're doing. You guys are both notable, so we're not going to step in and stop you. So then they I forgot the other movie that they were supposed to do, but that went to somebody else, and they ended up doing this movie. So very interesting how this movie came to be. It was also supposed to be called something entirely different, which I'm sure someone will cover, because I cannot currently find it in my notes.
The placeholder notes.
Placeholder notes.
We'll come around to it.
Right, exactly. Where was I? That's right. Director of photography, we're looking at Robert Burks. Editor, George Tomasini. Producers, we're looking at Herbert Coleman, associate producer, and Alfred Hitchcock, who was the main producer. And I notice he likes to produce a lot of his own movies, if not all of them. Now we're looking at the technical specs. So we're looking at a sound mix of Mono Westrix recording system, also in Dolby SR and Dolby Digital for some of the re-releases of this movie. Aspect ratio 1.33 by 1, and that was for the full screen original of this film. The camera used for filming was Mitchell VistaVision cameras. This was edited in Technicolor Hollywood, USA. Film length, we're looking at 3,725 meters Sweden. Negative film format of 35 millimeters. Horizontal cinematographic process is VistaVision, and a printed film format of 35 millimeter. You know, the old common 35 millimeter.
You know, and I really like movies that are done on 35 millimeter. I think it looks better.
Even now, today, there are directors who choose to film not digitally but on 35 millimeter. It's usually a very artistic choice. I believe the last one that I know recently, I know Guy Ritchie did some.
You know.
In Guy Ritchie's most recent movie, The Gentleman. A handful of those scenes were filmed on 35 millimeter film.
And I largely respect, whatever choice the director of photography or whatever they actually want to make this suggestion. But yeah, 35 millimeter is definitely a great choice for this film specifically, and in cinema and all the other.
Exactly. And that is in the awards.
I was like,
that part.
That's how jumbled my notes are.
It's okay. We've only been recording for a few years. He'll get it one day. I'll be dead and gone, but he'll get it.
All right, so we got a batch of awards here, unlike our last movie. So, Academy Awards USA 1960. Only nominations, no winnings, but they were nominated for Best Writing, Story and Screenplay, Best Art Direction, and Best Film Editing. Then we have the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films USA 2013. We haven't seen this award set in a while. Usually it's like every other movie that we see this one. Once again, only nominated for Best DVD Blu-ray Collection, and this is kind of just all of Alfred Hitchcock's masterpiece collection. So not really for the film itself. David D. Donatello Awards, 1960. They won Best Foreign Actor, Cary Grant, obviously.
And the Turtles are proud.
Directors Guild of America, USA 1960. They were nominated for Outstanding Directional Achievement in Motion Pictures, DVD Exclusive Awards, 2001. They were nominated for Best Original Retrospective Documentary and Featurette. Then we have Edgar Allan Poe Awards, 1960. They won Best Motion Picture. The Faroe Island Film Festival, 1959. They were nominated for Best Actor, Cary Grant, Best Film, and also nominated for Best Film as far as the Golden Train Award goes. The Loran Awards, 1960. They won the Golden Laurel, Top Action Drama. National Board Review USA. It hit that in that's the other one. That's National Preservation Board. National Board Review is different. USA 1959. They won the NBR Award for Top 10 Films. National Film Preservation Board is what I was thinking of. USA 1995 is when it was officially put in the National Film Preservation.
All these award groups just continue to have like the most prestigious award sound name. It's not and the National Board of Biff.
But Kyle, you haven't been here for the Golden Schmooze.
Golden Schmooze.
What was the other one?
Seen that in a while.
What was the one? Was the Golden Rooster or something? Remember what was that with the golden egg they gave away or something?
That sounds fantastic. I gotta be on front of those.
Online Film and Television Association, 2005. They won the OFTA Film Hall of Fame Motion Picture. And we have the San Sebastian International Film Festival, 1959. They won the Silver Seashell.
There we go.
Satellite Awards, 2009. They won the Satellite Award for Best DVD Collections. Not really this movie in particular, but just all of Alfred Hitchcock's works. And then finally, we have Writers Guild of America, USA 1960, nominated for WGA Award for Best Written American Comedy. So, interestingly enough, not a lots of nominations, but only a handful of winning, and not so much like Oscar or anything like that.
Yeah. So, anyways, moving on to the casting, we have Cary Grant, who plays Roger O. Thornhill. You may recognize him from myriad classic movies like To Catch a Thief, Catch a Thief. My country slang came out there. Give me a second, boys.
I thought that was a boxing movie. To Catch a Fist.
That's a good name for a boxing film.
Arsenic and Old Lace, which we have covered.
Yes, Arsenic and Old Lace, To Catch a Thief, Charade, Bringing Up Baby, and An Affair to Remember. Next up, we have Ava Marie Saint, who plays Eve Kendall. You recognize her from movies such as On the Waterfront, Exodus, Grand Prix, P-R-I-X, Prix. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna Prix, sorry. And the Grand Prix.
Sometimes we pronounce the X,
sometimes we see letters and we think different things. Anyways, next up,
at least you're not over there digging for buried treasure under that X. Like,
I'm gonna get it. And also recognize her movies like The Stalking Moon. Next up, we have James Mason, who plays Philip Vandam. You'll recognize him from movies such as Lolita, A Star Is Born, and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Next up, going down to cast, less about movies they've been in, but we have Martin Landau playing Leonard, Jesse Royce Landis playing Clara Thornhill, Leo G. Carroll playing the Professor, Philip Ober playing Lester, Edward playing Captain Junket, Edward Platt, yes, Captain Junket is the right name. Edward Platt playing Victor Larrabee, Adam Williams playing Valerian, and Josephine Hutchinson playing Mrs. Townsend. And that's pretty much all the notable actors I see in the film and put it on my list. That's my prepared notes go. I'm always super prepared. And that is the cast of North by Northwest.
So I did find the name that this was originally called. So originally this was called The Man on Lincoln's Nose.
The Man... Great moment. We chose to let Jimbo take a drink.
Actually,
that word.
There is a stuff in here where it was. I thought it was The Man in Lincoln's Nose, but we'll get to it. I'll tell you why here in a little bit.
Look at me, I'm a booger.
So, Alfred Hitchcock usually had Jimmy Stewart playing in leading roles, and he made the mistake of mentioning this to Jimmy Stewart this movie, and Stewart was all excited, like, yeah, let's do it. But Stewart thought that Hitchcock wanted him to be cast as Roger Thornhill. So he's, yeah, I'm really eager to play this role. However, Hitchcock actually wanted Cary Grant to play this role. By the time Hitchcock realized this misunderstanding, Stewart was so anxious to play Thornhill that rejecting him would have caused a great deal of disappointment. So Hitchcock delayed production on this movie until Stewart was already safely committed to filming Otto Premier's Anatomy of a Murder in 1959 before officially offering him the role in the movie. Stewart had no choice but to turn down the offer, allowing Hitchcock
man, you're not
to
available?
cast Cary
That's
Grant.
awesome.
So,
Man,
darn.
what a friend.
This
I
movie-
had you in mind, buddy, but, I
Let him
see you're
down
not
gently.
available.
This movie has often been referred to as the first James Bond film due to its similarities with splashy, colorful settings, secret agents, and an elegant, daring, wisecracking leading man opposite a sinister yet strangely charming villain. The crop duster scene inspired the helicopter chase in From Russia with Love in 1963.
I
I
remember,
did see those parallels.
Well, it's Permanence I got to later, but Guillermo del Toro referred to Cary Grant as the best James Bond that ever was, or the best 007 that ever was.
yeah.
And I would go further and say that North by Northwest is the best James Bond movie that ever was.
right?
While on location at Mount, there's going to be a lot of stuff in here about Mount Rushmore, but while on location at Mount Rushmore, Eva Marie Saint discovered that Cary Grant would charge fans 15 cents for his autograph. I'd pay 15 cents for his autograph back then. I don't know. Hey, look up the price and fluctuation of 15 cents back in, 1958?
I got it. I'm on it.
All right, Kyle. Cary Grant found the screenplay baffling, and midway through filming, told Alfred Hitchcock, "It's a terrible script. We've already done a third of this picture, and I still can't make head nor tail of it." Hitchcock knew this confusion would only help the movie. After all, Cary Grant's character had no idea what was going on either. Grant thought the movie would be a flop right up until its premiere, where it was rapturously received.
By the way, it's $1.38.
Yeah, $1.30. Yeah, well, actually, I have $1.37, but yeah,
Because I'd still pay that even today, right? For an autograph?
I
with Cary
mean,
Grant?
people pay a lot more for
if you go to any convention where you might see
35 to 50.
like as little. You'll see maybe at minimum you'll see like $30 for an autograph, and then at most you'll see like $200.
Well, then if you want to get the meet and greet with the handshake and the photo op and all that, it goes higher.
$80 and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Easily
I got to think
hundreds,
this
depending on who.
$1, like basically, like I was just saying $1.50 just for plain sake, but like. That's such a trivial number of money to ask for. You'd be better off like if he was charging like $15 or nothing, that makes sense. But charging $1.50 basically is
Well, how much to sit down and eat lunch would be then? The scene where the crop duster is chasing and shooting at Thornhill was filmed with a real airplane, while the shot where the plane crashes into the fuel truck was done using large models of both truck and plane. Cary Grant was initially reluctant to accept the role of Roger Thornhill, since at 55 he was much older than the character. He didn't look 55 in this movie.
He didn't. I wouldn't think so. I do have a bit about the crop duster. So obviously these were filmed separately, and this was filmed out near Bakersfield, California, not in Indiana for that particular scene. And then Grant filmed a studio set diving into a fake ditch while the plane unspooled on a screen behind him.
Yeah.
So
I thought that was really
whole
cool.
Movie magic with that.
Yeah, one thing I thought was hilarious about that actual film too, about Cary Grant being so old. Cary Grant's mother, I believe it was played by Jessie Rose Landis. She was only 1 year older than.
I thought she was like 4 years older or 7 years older.
I think
It's something
right,
really close.
It was like I'm pretty sure Cary Grant was born in 1904, and I'm pretty sure she was in 1903.
in here.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in.
It's in the golden notes
you
of
have
Jimbo.
the golden Jimbo notes that are unimpeachable.
And
that I was up till 3:15 this morning doing.
I do have one more set note I have here. So, apart from the initial establishing shots and footage in the car park, which some of the scenes were filmed for Mount Rushmore, majority of the action scene, or I should say all the action scenes were filmed in the MGM studio.
Right, while we're talking about Mount Rushmore, the state park for where Mount Rushmore is, they didn't want any violence associated with Mount Rushmore. So if you notice all the action there, where they're fighting and stuff, you never see Mount Rushmore in the background.
Yep.
So they didn't want to give them a bad eye, but still.
Yeah. Also, that's kind
there's already
of
contention
a notorious thing of Alfred Hitchcock throughout his entire career is they hated filming on location. So, like, whenever he could film just like around California or in a lot, he was always for it.
Right?
Alfred Hitchcock couldn't get permission to film inside the UN, so footage was made of the exterior of the building using a hidden camera. The rooms were later recreated. That's awesome. He actually filmed Cary Grant walking up the stairs, going up the UN building. And if you watch the movie, you see a guy go, double take because he realizes it's Cary Grant walking up to the thing. But it was Alfred Hitchcock hiding with a hidden camera.
Yeah, and actually, they built the set they put inside of the building. They actually, it was Alfred Hitchcock and I think another guest actually snuck in with a camera, and then Alfred Hitchcock was directing the photographer to take pictures, so he knew how to recreate the set and actually make it. And then they called it, I believe, it was like a public assembly. You said in the movie it's called public assembly, but in real life it's called something else, so it has a different name.
Yeah.
Rather than go to the expense of shooting in a South Dakota woodland, Alfred Hitchcock planted 100 ponderosa pines on an MGM soundstage. Get this. Less than 8 feet of film was cut from the final release. 8 feet is about 5 seconds or 120 frames. That is some really good editing.
That is some tribute to Alfred Hitchcock and his work. More like he comes to these movies full form.
I can't wait to see the found footage. 5 seconds.
I blinked. What? It's over. What?
The extended edition. Wait, nothing changed. It's just 5 seconds of extra.
There you go. Jessie Royce Landis was only 7 years older than Cary Grant, who plays her son. In a previous Hitchcock film, To Catch a Thief, she played his prospective mother-in-law.
Oh, wow. Save history.
Roger Thornhill, I think is it Roger? Roger?
Yes, Roger.
Thank you. Thank you there,
Roger Thornhill. I'm paying attention. I'm here.
If you notice, he appears on the left side of the screen for almost the entire movie.
Oh, snap. Huh. Now that I think about it.
Like, you know, where they're sitting on the train car, he's always on the left side.
Yes.
He's sitting on the left side of the road when the airplane comes.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the train, there was one line in particular that they censored. So I believe the line that the main actress says is...
Kate Kendall says something.
I don't eat and talk love or something like that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. It's in the golden notes on
Jimbo's
Jimbo.
golden notes.
It is highlighted with the gold marker. Where's this at? Okay, the day before the scene where Thornhill is hidden in the upper berth was to be filmed, Cary Grant took a look at the set which had been built and told Sir Alfred Hitchcock, "It's been constructed sloppily, and I would not do for the movie." Hitchcock trusted Grant's judgment so completely that he ordered the set to be rebuilt to better standards without even checking on the situation.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow. You gotta love that kind of power.
This is the only movie Alfred Hitchcock made for MGM Studios. James Mason,
who played Philip Vandam,
suffered a severe heart attack shortly after the filming ended. Alfred Hitchcock had planned a sequence where Roger Thornhill hid in Abraham Lincoln's nose and had a sneezing fit. Park officials would not allow this to be filmed, but Hitchcock tried and tried again. Finally, someone asked Hitchcock how would it feel if it were the other way around, and Lincoln was having a sneezing fit in Cary Grant's nose. Hitchcock immediately understood, and the scene was never filmed. However, the man in Lincoln's nose was used in a gag working title. So, I like how would you like if Cary Grant was in Lincoln's nose, or Lincoln was in Cary Grant's nose? You're like, what?
Well, now I get
now I understand.
Alfred Hitchcock, everybody.
Thank you. Famed art director and special effects artist Albert Whitlock, who worked on several Hitchcock movies, but not this one, painted a painting of Mount Rushmore and superimposed the face of Alfred Hitchcock into the rock sculptures on the mountain as a joke. The painting exists in a private collection. So you were wrong at the beginning of the movie. Alfred Hitchcock is on there.
I should have known.
Cary Grant received $450,000 for this movie, a substantial amount for the time, plus a percentage of the profits. He also received $315,000 in penalty fees for having to stay 9 weeks past the time for which his contract called.
And that's why he was okay with filming this, even not understanding that he saw the
script.
He saw the check and he's like, "No, I'm doing the movie."
I got this.
You need me here another week? All right.
Pretty much.
No problem.
You'll pay me? Okay, I'm good.
If you insist. Twist my arm.
The house near the end of this movie was not real. House exteriors were matte paintings. For the crop dusting scene, Cary Grant, you already talked about that one. We'll skip that one. Alfred Hitchcock planned to shoot a scene in the Ford automobile plant in Dearborn, Michigan. As Thornhill and a factory worker discussed a particular foreman at the plant, they would walk along the entire assembly line as a car was put together from the first bolt to the final panel. Then, as the car rolled off the line ready to drive, Thornhill would open the passenger door and out would roll the body of the foreman that they had just been discussing. Hitchcock loved the idea of a body appearing out of nowhere, but he and the screenwriter Ernest Lehman couldn't figure out a way to make the scene fit the story, so it never came to fruition. A similar scene is seen in Minority Report. And Kyle, when you worked at Ford, so do I.
Yeah.
Where you open those doors, I can see doing that one job, opening the door to throw the keys in, and some body just falls out.
Actually, I think I actually has happened to me with some friends before as a prank, but I can certainly imagine the experience. Another fact I realized about that was going to be, if they had done it, it would have been the longest dolly shot ever at that point, and probably for many years afterwards. Of actually trying to, could you imagine, how long those production lines can actually go?
We both know how long those lines go.
Exactly. So if you're there for
especially going from the body shop to the paint to.
We ain't
even talked about that.
The whole process takes literally days to actually complete one single vehicle
right.
in an assembly line. But even trying to even get a section of that and compress it down to fit in a movie would be incredibly difficult.
Right.
I would have loved to see him try it, but I don't know if he actually could succeed.
In 2006, a panel of GQ magazine fashion experts said the gray suit worn by Cary Grant throughout almost the entire movie was the best suit in movie history. It is also the most influential on men's style, stating that it has since been copied by Tom Cruise's character in Collateral in 2004 and Ben Affleck's character in Paycheck in 2003.
Also great movies. Well, I like Collateral a lot. No, I like Paycheck.
But you know what?
Paycheck was interesting.
Wearing a suit is rough sometimes anyway, but acting in a suit and doing all those stunts, that'd be really, like John Wick, and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's where you get those $10,000 suits that are actually built to actually work in an action.
Right.
Yeah. Mostly because I feel like with particularly the blazer, it always kind of restricts your upper, your arms up.
Yeah, that's why I always it really is. It's the action movie suit is so much different than a real life suit.
It has to be. Cary Grant's is always buttoned up. When the professor is walking on the tarmac to the airplane with Thornhill, there are two airplane stairs behind them. The way they are placed, the one closest to the camera says northwest. The one behind it, partially blocked, shows the word north, which shows to the left of the word northwest, hence north by northwest. Among the problems that the production code found with this movie was the effeminacy of the henchman Leonard, Mark Landau. So the old what we call them guys, the ones that have all the roles for the movies. We talked about them. Remember?
I'm blanking too.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
That word that they all know that is on the tip of their tongues.
Before
the coding, look it up, Terence. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm not sure.
Roger Thornhill is saved 3 times on his journey by Eve. He hides in a toilet on the train when she sends the police in the other direction. She hides him in her bunk bed in her cabin. And she gives him her shaving cake to disguise his face in the station bathroom. In Greek mythology, the hero, often on a journey, is always saved 3 times.
Huh, that's interesting kind of thing. I guess he's technically saving her when talking about. I was thinking of the dining room scene or the Mount Rushmore attraction area where they go in the cafeteria. I was thinking about that scene where technically I guess he's saving her to some degree.
Right. According to the book Haunted Idol, the story of the real Cary Grant, Cary Grant wanted Sophia Loren to play the part of Eve Kendall, but she turned down the role. So he didn't get what he wanted.
Alfred Hitchcock, though, as long as he gets a pretty blonde, he's always happy. Alfred Hitchcock is a creature of habit in that way.
Right. Did you find it, Terence?
Still looking.
Still working at it.
Mostly because my connection's really slow.
His name is Sector.
MGM wanted Gregory Peck to star as Roger Thornhill, but Alfred Hitchcock refused, claiming that he was too stone-faced. It's Mount Rushmore! Ba-doom, boom! Stone faces.
That's great.
And the training dining car, Eve tells Thornhill she is 26 years old at the time. Eva Marie Saint was actually 34 years old. She didn't look 34. Around 44 minutes, there's a female train passenger who some fans think is Alfred Hitchcock in disguise. It certainly does look like him, but while Hitchcock wasn't above dressing in drag for the sake of a joke, the person in question was Jessalyn Fax, a character actress who appeared in several other Hitchcock movies.
That's hilarious.
The movie's title is a reference to a line from Hamlet, Act 2, Scene 2. I am but mad northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a handsaw. Kyle, would you like to take a deep dive into Hamlet one day and just give us your whole thoughts?
I mean, you jest, but also I probably could. I got really into Shakespeare after a while, but it was another life, another time, another podcast.
That's be the tragedy of book reading. And the fictional Thornhill had plans as he stayed to attend the Winter Garden Theater when the movie opened in the U.S. in July of 1959 when he was kidnapped from the Oak Room. His tickets would have been to see West Side Story.
West Side Story, another classic movie,
Right?
Marie.
Also parody. Very,
Put that as like an
many times.
interim scene in the middle of North by Northwest. Like really confused.
The song Roger whistles while taking a shower is "Singing in the Rain." Terrence, did you find it?
I have not.
It is a full search. We have top men on this operation. We will get down to the bottom of this. We found Osama bin Laden. We can get this term.
Don't make me send the millennial in. Millennial, find out what it was called. The censor people.
I mean, as far as I've seen, it's just the film censorship. No, that's never mind.
Continuing on, the scene. Maybe they'll have this by the end of
By the end
the
of
week.
show.
The scene on Mount
You'll have by the end
Rushmore
of the
where
month
Eva Marie
podcast.
Saint slips down and bashes her elbow actually happened. So was she? What?
It's called the Hays Code. It was called the Hays
That's
Code.
what it was.
The Hays Code.
Yeah. So
a good
it
name for
was
movie.
the code to govern the making of motion pictures that had a bunch of rules. We first mentioned it in our Psycho episode when it first showed
The shower- the toilet.
flushing,
Yeah.
'cause
That's
that
what it was.
also part of the code.
Yep. Do you remember the scene on Mount Rushmore where Eva Marie Saint slips down and bashes her elbow? Remember? And she's
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Cary Grant rushes over there. It actually happened. Both the pain she shows and Grant's reaction are both real. By contrast, the scene where she is dangling from a cliff was an illusion. I mean,
That's a good trade-off, I think.
she was laying on a cliff prop that was sloping 45 degrees and only seen from directly above, so in no danger of falling. So, Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin were considered for the role of Roger Thornhill.
Interesting.
Yep.
I can see Frank Sinatra doing that easily. Right? Dean Martin, that's an interesting little look.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting if Frank Sinatra because he would have done it his way.
Yeah. Or they just call it my way.
All right, that's the end of the show.
Alfred Hitchcock and Ernest Leham considered Yul Brynner, which we talked about in our Magnificent Seven episode, for the role of Philip Van Damme, which that would have been interesting too. Alfred Hitchcock considered Elizabeth Taylor for the role of Eve Kendall, and I don't know, man.
That'd be a very different film in a
Yeah.
lot of respects.
While waiting for Philip
Different
Van Damme and Eve Kendall at Mount Rushmore, Roger Thornhill says he doesn't like the way that Teddy Roosevelt is looking at him. In Arsenic and Old Lace, Grant played Mortimer Brewster, whose brother thinks he's Teddy Roosevelt. If you have not seen that movie, that is a great
That's a
movie.
classic film. I've seen Arsenic on the list.
This is on the 1001 movies you must see before you die. There goes my papers.
Wasn't destined for this world.
Do what?
Your paper.
The crop dusting location was, as Terrence said, in Wasco, California.
Bakersfield.
About 1 mile north of Highway 46 on Derry and Concordian Road. The corn used was from the Wasco High School farm and replanted on the site where the scene was shot. The crossroads did not exist and was later added to the scene.
I believe it was $4,000 to blow to grow the corn rows, and actually that would have been about approximate price about $3,000 today.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. When they're doing the planes coming down the corn rows, you know what I thought? I thought that thing was going to get so low that the propeller was going to start cutting the corn. You know what I mean? I thought, how awesome would this be? But the guy had enough respect to not to take the guy's crops and just dust it with that poison or whatever.
Yeah, and
We'll continue on. Many of the cars used in the early scenes in the New York City taxi, the Gun Club police car, and the county detective's cars are 1958 Ford sedans. William Holden was suggested to play Roger Thornhill, but was never actually offered the part. And what movie was he in that we just recently covered? William Holden.
William Holden was in.
You're the cast guy.
I am the cast
You
guy.
better look
I
it
remember
up.
everything
You
perfectly.
better look it up. Also, Vera Miles was a candidate for Eve Kendall, and she was in, I believe she was in the Mirror,
on the wall.
no, Mirror Image, Twilight Zone that we've covered on the Twilight Zone
got it.
series. The film went nearly $1 million over budget.
Oh, wow.
The title of the video game, Norse by Northwest, The Return of the Lost Vikings in 1997, is a reference to this movie. In it, one of the animal characters is continuously mistaken for another animal by the other character. You're a duck. No, I'm not.
That's pretty fantastic.
DVDs of North by Northwest are on sale in the gift shop at Mount Rushmore National Memorial in clear view of the mountainside sculpture on which the movie's climax is staged. The actors had to work on a mock-up of the famous sculpture because the U.S. Interior Department banned filming on the monument. So,
Rude.
did you find William Holden? Did you find it?
I am looking at William Holden films right now, and I didn't recognize what film you're talking about. I don't know. Do you remember? Are you just quizzing me right now?
Yeah, I'm just asking you.
You honestly don't know. I'm looking at William Holden's cast. I have no idea.
Was he in a Twilight Zone?
No, he wasn't in Twilight Zone. As long as I'm looking at right William Holden, that's right William Holden, right?
Why you have to be? I can't. I don't know. I'm a cast guy.
I'm a millennial, Jimbo.
So another
And you own 6,000 movies.
Another interesting thing about the title, besides it, showing up inside the movie itself, but when asked why the movie's called North by Northwest, Alfred Hitchcock was just named it that. He had no rhyme or reason to name it that, and it has.
But the man in Lincoln Knows would have been pretty funny.
that really would have captured the comedy of this movie, which is pretty nice.
Oh yeah, I didn't expect it to be as comedic.
It deals with serious topics, but you have such a ridiculous main character that it alleviates so much of the
witty.
drama.
Like a lot of his witty retorting is just great. I didn't expect it.
Do you remember when we just talked about that? If he would have went to see the movie that he said he was going to see was West Side Story, right? So at Grand Central Station, Cary Grant attempts to buy a train ticket from Ned Glass. Glass in 1961 played Doc in West Side Stories. The director cameo, Alfred Hitchcock, at around 2 minutes in. The man arriving at a bus stop during the opening credits, but getting there a second too late and the door is closed in his face. He misses the bus. So, and the director's trademark, Alfred Hitchcock, the bathroom. Thornhill hides in a bathroom 3 times. Alfred Hitchcock's the mother. Roger had a close relationship with his mother, as we've seen in Psycho.
Oh, yeah.
MGM put a great deal of pressure on Alfred Hitchcock to eliminate the scene in the woods after Eve shoots Roger. Oops, spoiler alert. Surprise. MGM felt that it was an unnecessary scene that incurred the needless expense of building the set on a soundstage using 100 ponderosa pines. Hitchcock, however, felt that it was an indispensable scene because it's the first meeting between Roger and Eve since he learned that she was a double agent. Hitchcock won out in the end. Thanks to his contract, they gave him complete artistic control of the movie, regardless of production time or cost. That guy knew how to sign a contract.
Yeah, it's like stuff just no one gets away with that.
Nobody thinks about, you know what I mean?
That's where a lot of directors get sort of shoehorned, is they have this idea in a movie and then the studio will come in and say no, and 9 times out of 10 they have to abide by it, and they either have to remove it, and it ends up in a director's cut. That's an extra hour that pops up on HBO.
5 hours later, and Zack Snyder's still not good. I'm sorry, what?
The final chase scene was not shot on Mount Rushmore. Alfred Hitchcock couldn't gain permission to shoot an attempted murder on a national monument. The scene was shot in the studio on a replica of Mount Rushmore, with some footage filmed at the actual monument intercut within the studio scenes. Everything is shot carefully so as to not avoid associating the faces of the monument with the violence. The final. I can't say it with a straight face. The final shot of the train entering the tunnel was a sexual reference. Alfred Hitchcock came up with the innuendo and considered it one of his finest, naughtiest achievements. Ernest Lehman's screenplay just ended with the train heads off into the distance, or words to that effect. There's no way I could take credit for the tunnel. And the crop scene is a homage to the was paid homage to in the X-Files 1998 when Mulder and Scully are pursued by helicopters in another crop field. Martin Landau appeared in both of those films. So, Terence.
Wait, hold on. There's one more note that you said you had, but it's not. You didn't mention it. The edited line, the censored line.
Oh, it's in here. I just don't think I highlighted it. Let me find it.
Yeah, it was.
Well, here.
Here it is right here.
Oh.
Avram Reese had to redub a particular line during post-production to satisfy censors. The original line was, "I never make love on an empty stomach," but was changed to, "I never discuss love on an empty stomach." Yet the final scene, after she and Cary Grant are basing on the upper berth, shows a train entering a tunnel.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, I just want to share my favorite quote from the film. Roger Thornhill was asked who he is, basically, and he says, "Now you listen to me. I'm an advertising man, not a red herring. I've got a job, a secretary, a mother, and 2 ex-wives, and several bartenders that depend upon me, and I don't intend to disappoint them by getting myself killed."
I like how he has the mammograms on his matches. The rot. Roger Thornhill.
That's my legacy. Rot.
Yeah. But that plays an integral role in the movie, when he throws it down at the end.
Yeah, the matches and yep.
So, Terrence, we'll let you go first on this one.
I really enjoy this. This is another movie, very first time watching it, and didn't even know about it until we were discussing possibly watching this beforehand. Really glad I watched it. it's probably one of my absolute favorite Hitchcock movies, and I really do enjoy Hitchcock's works in general, but this is definitely up there. I will be watching it again. It was comedic. The main character, portrayed by Cary Grant, is just, his lines are so hilarious and witty, and I didn't expect that coming into it. All I knew was sort of the synopsis of like, oh, mistaken identity. They think he's a spy, so I thought it was going to be sort of this serious, and it has its serious moments,
espionage thriller.
Yeah, espionage kind of thriller thing. But I didn't expect sort of the absolute wittiness and sort of comedic aspect of it, alongside some of the more serious notes. It's kind of like you were saying before. It's the best not Bond movie. It's the best Bond that's not Bond.
Really. Yeah.
Really, really enjoyed it. And if you enjoy thrillers, if you enjoy Bond, definitely check this movie out. I think it's worth watching. It definitely is on the top 100 for a reason. That's all I got. I really did enjoy it. There's not too many complaints I had about it. In fact, I really don't have any. It was just it's a movie I sat down. It had my attention the whole time. Enjoyed the acting from just the whole cast. It was a phenomenal movie. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Next person.
Anyways, on to me. Kyle.
Pick up a segue, so we'll just jump right
I thought
in.
you just forgot his name.
I don't blame you. Anyways, North by Northwest, I think, is pure cinema entertainment. It is it is a near perfect film. It is by far my favorite Alfred Hitchcock film. And I think it's the best. Even though Jimbo disagrees, we'll get to that another time. But
Will we?
will we? Dun dun dun.
Why do you think I always go last in these situations?
He demands the final word. He has us hostage. Help us. Anyways, yes, this is pure cinema entertainment, masterclass in filmmaking. Alfred Hitchcock is doing his best work ever, and I absolutely love this film. I think it's the iconic lines, iconic scenes, and just a necessary movie to see all the time. So finally, we go back to Jimbo. How do you feel about North by Northwest?
Well, great movie. When I had never seen this movie. I've always seen the picture of the cover of Cary Grant running with that airplane behind him. I'm like, man, this looks really interesting. I'll sit down and watch it one day. But you know how you always say, I'll watch that another time, and you never get to. Right. So for me, what I was expecting in this movie is, okay, this guy's framed, so he's going to go find the other guy, and he's going to be playing two parts in this movie. That's what I thought. That there was, but to come to find out that there is no other guy. He's totally made up. Yeah. And he's trying to go from
which was a very interesting plot.
California to Chicago. He's wearing those sunglasses. You know what I mean? He's doing everything he can. Like they're looking for him on the train station tracks. They're looking for him at the train stations. He's got in the bathroom. He's got the shaving cream on his face. And all that. It always kept you on the edge of your seat because he was always so close to getting caught. And then you find out that Eve lady is actually in cahoots with the bad guys, on the phones and all that. And he's getting set up for failure. But then he starts catching wind of it, in the hotel when he's in there with her. And he acts like he's taking a shower. And, she's on the phone and she leaves and all that. So, it had my attention the entire time. It's a great movie. It's a great Alfred Hitchcock movie. I cannot highly recommend this movie enough. This is actually, there's a few odd and end, like the innuendo and the whole thing between him and her. You can see it coming a mile away that he really likes her. But it's a clean movie. Yeah. There's nothing I would say would just
over the
make
line.
my kids not let my kids watch it without me even viewing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a really great movie. Cary Grant is an amazing actor. He's quickly moving up my list as one of my favorite actors.
For sure.
Very great actor.
Brilliant everything he is.
Oh, everything.
And back to what we said earlier about how many kid appropriate, it is the softest of soft PG-13. I would think. I would think purely on there are some sexually suggestive ideas, maybe.
Right, but
nothing that you wouldn't see in other PG-13 movies,
or even PG movies.
Even PG movies, though,
it
is right in the line of okay, you think maybe a little bit of tobacco use or alcohol consumption, those kind of things push it to just about PG-13. But even though it's really basically a PG movie at heart.
Right. I can't think of any language in this movie that I remember.
No, nothing of any significance.
No.
I think which is also what makes it witty, because you have a lot of interesting banter without any, cussing, really. I don't think there's any.
And I think that's what makes Hitchcock such a great director, because he pushes the limits. He films things he's not supposed to film on the inside or the outside, but he does it secretly anyway and gets away with it. You know what I mean? I just think he's a great director. I think Cary Grant's a great actor. That lady Eve, she played a great part. Even the bad guys, the two guys that was a Van Damme and I forget the other guy.
Number 2.
Remember he pulls because at the end he pulls out that gun and shoots him, and you're like, oh my goodness, he just shot him. He's like, no, see, this is what she had in her purse, and she shot him.
Yeah,
and you're like, well, I'm not going to give it too much away because you need to watch this movie. But great movie, had me entertained the whole way. I could not figure it out, and then that happened, and I was like, oh no, what just happened? This is the end of the movie. Great movie. So great movie.
Yeah.
It's probably in my top 20 of all time. That's how good it was.
It deserves to be up there. If anyone says it's a favorite film, it's totally respectable. Anyone can say it's great. You know, it's that good of a film.
Yep.
It is.
Any film that I know I'm going to revisit, I can immediately put it on my favorites. Like if it's my top because I like to revisit it.
Right. I'll watch it more than once.
Exactly.
Yeah. Unlike our last film, which I probably put on the shelf for a long time before I watched anything again.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So I think this episode's coming to a close, and that's a wrap.
Wait. Our next episode is
man.
going to be
What's it going to be?
Stagecoach.
The old
make
John
sure
Wayne.
you
John
watch
Ford,
it.
Stagecoach.
So then you can follow along in our episode.
Thanks, Terence. You actually remembered something. You can't remember half the other stuff we talk about, but he's like, wait, you forgot this line. Wait, you forgot this.
And this broken clock is right twice a day.
Exactly.
Well, they say even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Tragedy Seminar here. We are sharp as marbles.
We are sharp as a chalkboard with dry erase markers. Okay, so yes, Stagecoach next week for episode, what is that, 64, I do believe?
Yeah, and that's the 1939, because there are like 2 others, but who cares about those?
Right.
You're watching the 1939
Black and
John
white.
Wayne Stagecoach.
Right. Okay, so now I think this episode's coming to a close.
Yes.
Right?
And now it's a wrap.
And I think that's now a wrap.
And cut.
You know, you guys are getting pretty good at that.